What's up, guys? I'm Corey, and this is my channel Get Sharp, where I sharpen your knives. Today, gonna be just putting some work in on the VEVOR 1x30, trying to get a little bit more confident with it. It's an old machete that, you know, just a cheap Chinese one, but it's got sentimental value to me. I would like to see it somewhat restored, not restored, but I guess make it look cool again. So that's the game plan. First thing I want to do, if you jump on Google and look up expensive machete, you're gonna notice that they have a really deep primary bevel on them. I don't know a lot about whether or not that gives, a benefit to the job of chopping and cutting. I would assume not, because you're removing mass from behind the edge, but nonetheless, it fucking looks cool. And guess what? This guy needs one. So my goal right now, one thing I've always thought, if I get a belt grinder, why can't I do that? Why can't I add those cool primary bevels that you see on, some knives? My automatic sawed here has a really big, deep one here. Recurve style too. Just make knives look cool. So our goal is to make this look cool. And then maybe one day we'll try to strip all this paint off of here. Just kind of resurface the blade end to end. Maybe do something about this. I think I did that when I was out in the woods, actually, just screwing around. And then eventually put a handle on this thing and hang it on the wall, because it'll be a trophy from that point forward. So yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys in for a closer look at what's going on. All right, so we're working with some new camera angles here that I'm not used to, so hopefully this works out for you guys. And please, if you could, I love feedback. If there's any perspectives or angles you think could be better, don't hesitate to let me know. And here we are. Well, I'm not changing everything to get perfect lighting on the blade. But nonetheless, just an old beat up blade. This was 20 years ago. Looks like I scratched some metal off for fun. Nothing exciting going on the edge. Just an old beat up blade. So first things first, get our edge reader out. This little device is so cool. I'm just gonna, let's look at where this actually touches. Looks like right under here. So I'm gonna set this up right there. And we're gonna zero it out. Attach it to our blade. We're at roughly 3 degrees. It's flat right there. Before I started filming, I looked at it. I looked at the profile from the side to see how much, how deep the belt was touching the blade. And it was up inside the cheek, not even actually touching the edge at all. And that's what I'm going for. So we're about to see what happens. Turn this off to save a little battery life, get some juice. Grip some nicotine. Power on. And we're just going to start with slow RPMs at first. Nothing obstructing us. Alright, let's get grinding. All right. Well, it certainly did some work. I don't know how good it's going to show up on camera, but you can see a nice straight line in the paint there. And I don't know, maybe 3, maybe 4, 5 millimeters above the edge. No, 3.5 millimeters above the edge. I'd like to be higher. I can achieve that by lowering my support bar a little bit more, but I also don't want to do the whole face of it. Yeah, let's say we go ahead and lower just a tad more. And then zero it out. I'm gonna try that. Just treat this thing like a tornic. Alright, let's do the other side. Okay, so that actually started to dig up pretty high in there that time. I've got scratches all the way to here. A little more prominent down on the heel than it is up here. This blade is not straight. Definitely should probably have straightened it out before I did this. But I'm eager to get time on this this machine here. I think we're gonna go back up to 3 and stick with that. seem like a big jump for such a little amount. Jack it up a little higher. Alright. I'm happy right there. I've got a, what grit is this? This is an 80 grit belt because I wanted to actually try chewing some steel off as opposed to just paint. And just kind of get a feel for how much, you know, steel that thing chews off per second. Just get some muscle memory going here. But yeah, it's doing what I wanted it to do. Definitely a little light on the heel, but I'm not opposed to the pattern at all. I kind of like it. I guess the next question is, how deep do we go? Let's go ahead and get caught up on the other side. Little tricky to get the tip here with a point. There it is. All right, now that we've got a feel for it, I'm kind of thinking we try to chew some steel off. Kind of scary. I need to be checking for heat too, just so I start getting used to the amount of heat generated by these different speeds and different belts. Yeah, I feel no heat. It's a good thing. I don't think I'm spending enough time. But I need to get a quench bucket next to me, some water, cool water in it, and just jump straight into it. Now let's do the other side. Oh, I need to remember. I don't remember which side I just did. I'm pretty sure I just did this side. Yeah, I must have. All right, we're definitely scratching a lot of extra off of the heel area versus the point. We're also getting some nice looking pattern going in there. Or, oh wait, no, that's not good. Okay, that's a problem. So check this out. This is the left side. I'm pulling way more material off towards the heel than I am on this side. I'm not quite sure why that is. Down here, I'm low. Is my bar sagging? So over here, I'm up here. Yeah, I'm a little lower on the belt. That's an issue on my placement of everything, I think. Bar was actually higher on the right side, the far side. I can correct for that. Little bit of flex and play in it. Thought I solved that by adding an extra layer here. But I think it's just the fact that I'm bolted to plywood. Oh, those weren't fully tightened either. That could be part of it. No, it's just the plywood. I need a metal base. I think what I'm going to end up doing I should be able to take a piece of this 16 gauge sheet metal, cut a chunk off, and place this down in between the wood and the Tormek frontal base, extended base, whatever the f it's called. And if I have a big enough piece, that might help. Otherwise, I just need to turn to a harder wood, potentially. The other thing, too, is the grain's going this way of the wood. So had I done it the opposite way, against the grain, my shifting, would that have made a difference? Don't know. This is not, my brain's not designed for this. My brain's designed for credit scores and debt service coverage ratios and shit like that. But luckily, I've got an engineer in the family, so I could pick my father-in-law's brain. And I think this kind of issue's right up his alley. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to trying to just reprofile the blade. So the blade has a weird angle, straight, and then there's a little angle here. It's like super obtuse. You know, 100 and from this point left to right, it's probably like 170 degrees. So could we shave off this direction? We're gonna cut the, what's this called, the Ricasio? So if this was a customer's blade, I guess the right thing to do would be to take off up top to straighten that all out. Or we just make one more, make it more abrupt over here. So this is like from here to here is just like chopping, and from here to here is kind of down slant a little bit, kind of like a kukri. But how can I guess I could do it down here. Come at it at an angle a little bit. I can see where that angle starts. Just from my naked eye, it's right here. Now on this side, it looks like it's right here. Oh, that's the same spot. I don't know why I thought, oh, I was probably looking at that one. Choices. That would be a lot of steel to grind off just to level out down there. And I'm not super experienced at it. Or we just fucking leave it. Could just grind too. Just do a normal grind back and forth. Each side, block that. Grind that down. What's up, babe? Or we could just shave off the rest of this paint. Get the rest of this paint off, figure out what belt is good for that. I already know this belt's not ideal because it's pretty rough and rugged. Say we try to, we have 100 grit. I thought I had a 120 in here. Idea. Let's try the 120 grit. Might notice too, I put a little backstop. I don't know how far this is throwing steel yet. I don't have a lot of time on it, but I figured if it is, maybe this will catch some of it so it's not getting all back on my other tools. Otherwise, if it does, I'm gonna have to just make a permanent backstop or find a new spot for this. I definitely don't want little steel shavings all over the place. Okay, so that's 100, that's 80. Higher grits in the middle. It's always fun to learn new things, especially learn new machines. I'm like a kid in the candy store right now. I just want to do it. I just want to do it. My old primitive artwork. That's about to go away. Oh yeah, look at that. Boy, that made quick work of that. Holy cow. I've actually done this kind of work on machetes by hand. And boy, this would have taken me half a day. That's insanely fast. Look at that. That is awesome. Holy cow. Show you one of the knives I've got it all rigged up. I'm not going to take it down. But yeah, would you look at that? That just did all the work. Let's go ahead and clean up this spot here real quick. Boy, am I impressed. That happened so fast. Jeez. Look at that. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in while I I guess, get familiar with this sanding machine. Holy cow, my mind's a little bit blown right now as to how fast this thing does work. Just beautiful, and the scratch line is so perfect and beautiful. When you want to touch it, it's a little Chinese hatchet, you know, like the potential to do more with this machine is like, my mind's blown right now. There's so many activities we can do. So before, after, look at that. Isn't that something? And that took me a whole, what, 2 minutes? If you've done something like this by hand, holy fuck. It's a game changer, it really is. I'm impressed. So guys, thanks again for jumping in here and watching my videos. For those that stayed around to the end, you guys mean everything to me right now. I really want to grow this into the best sharpening shop on the planet. I'm gonna do it with your help when you chop that like button for me real quick. It takes a second. Just do it real quick. Here, I'll wait for it. And then I've always wanted to do this too. 50-50 chance. Pick yes or no. If you get it right, you don't have to click the like button. How's that? See if I can throw one of those up on the screen. I saw that thing a couple years ago and I thought it was clever because the guy got a like because I got the wrong answer. Anyways, yeah, guys. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. We'll do some sharpening tomorrow. All right, have a good night. Bye.